everyone, it's Dawn and it's good to be back. Welcome to my channel. And as promised, I'm going to do a card before we do the giveaway next Friday. I can't believe that's only next Friday. Where did that month go? Where did July go? Anyway, today we are going to do a Christmas card. I thought I'd get cracking. I haven't made one Christmas card yet. Usually by now I've at least made some. I know it's only July, but I've at least made some or designed some, but I haven't done anything for Christmas this year. So we are going to make a 6x6 Christmas card, and it's a fancy fold card. And it's just as well I didn't record the planning of it because I'd be barred from YouTube because of the bad language. But I think we've got there. I have got my measurements all over to one side, so hopefully it'll make sense by the end of the video. But I will put the measurements in order, in the correct measurements, in the description box below. So at the end of the video, if you still need to go back to check the measurements, which you might do because there are quite a few. Some of them are the same, but you'll see what I mean as we go along. But just click the more underneath the video and it'll drop down and you'll see everything you need to know. So let's get going. So as I say, we're going to make a 6x6 Christmas card. So you need a 6x6 card base to begin with. I've actually made mine from a 12x12 and just literally cut it in half, and then I scored it at 6, and that will give you a nice clean 6x6 card. And we're not going to do much to the front because all the fun is going to be on the inside, because we're going to, or I'm going to try anyway, and do a fancy fold. To me, it's a type of fancy fold I've never even tried before. I saw it in a magazine. I wasn't quite happy with the way it was done. There was nothing wrong with the way it was actually done, but I think, you know what, that's going to look better on the inside of the card rather than a freestanding. And when I tried to make a freestanding of it, it didn't work anyway. But I think it's going to look better on the inside, and I have messed about with it and adapted it to my own style of making, as we all do. So rather than keep nattering about what we're going to do, we're going to actually get on with it and do it. So we need a 6x6. And for the front, you don't need very much for the front because I have a sneaky suspicion that this one's going to be displayed open. But for the front part, you will need a mat, which is 5x5 inches. These are all in inches. I had an email the other day from one of our newer subscribers and she asked me, when I say 6x6 or 5x5, what do I mean? I mean inches. I work in inches. I'm old school. I work in inches. So we are going to put some glue, just an ordinary glue stick will do for this because it's only reasonably thin paper. It's a good quality because I think it's hunky-dory, so of course it's good quality, but it's not terribly thick. It is only paper, and I love this design. It's the same colour theme. We're going to go for a blue colour theme because I think blue is quite good for Christmas, and it works for anybody, regardless of gender, regardless of preference, even for people who don't particularly like Christmas, although it is going to have a Christmas message on it. I think blue works for just about everybody. So I'm going to put that on there like that. That's, as I say, a 5.5 by 5.5. And I have just found a sentiment which says, "Joy to the world." Now, I haven't measured that, but to me it looks like about a 3 by 2.5, but that will work. And again, I'm going to put that on with just a little bit of glue, but this is one of those that has got a frame, so do make sure you put the glue on the frame or it might fall off, and we don't want that. So as I say, we're not going to do an awful lot to the front because all the excitement is going to be on the inside. And the only thing I am going to do on the inside, in this pack, I found this gorgeous little bauble. So we are just going to pop that down there like that. And that's all I'm going to do for the inside. Now, if you want a quick and easy card that perhaps you're a bit short of time, maybe you're a bit short of time, and you think, you know what, I haven't got time to mess about with all this stuff on the inside, because it does take a while. It takes long, well, it took me anyway, longer to work it out than it is going to make it. But if you want a quick and easy card, do you know what? That'll do it. Just a background, a simple sentiment, and maybe a decoration if that's what you want. But if you want to do the next bit and watch me possibly mess it up, stick around. So we're going to open it up, and again, we've got obviously we've got two white, at the moment, white blanks on the inside. And we're going to put 2 mats on there of the same type of paper. And again, these are 5.5 by 5.5 inches. So we're going to put those on together very quickly. So what I should have done, I'm using a different table. My knee is still playing up. It's not getting any worse, but it's not getting any better. So, which is more of a nuisance than anything else. So what I've actually done, I'm not giving up, although my family would love me to, but never mind about them. I have decided, well, I found an old table. It's it's a lightweight table that I can move easily. So I've got that in my studio, and whenever I need to do some filming, all I need to do is slide it out. It's one of these drop leaf tables. It's a sort of drop leaf table. It's got legs. It's one solid table, but underneath it's got gate legs that just swing in and you can fold it flat, and it's quite light. So I'm using that to record at the moment, and it means I haven't got to move everything off of my desk. So if this works, I've not tried it yet. This is the first time I'm trying this, and I'm in a slightly different position. So this is the first time I'm trying this position in this arrangement. I have got my other desk just over there, and I've got some part of it with all my bits and pieces on it. So if this works, if this system works, I might carry on videoing like this and using this one because it is easier. And I've still got my other desk, my main desk, just next to me with my bits and pieces on it, plus a load of stuff that needs clearing off, but we'll sort that out another time. So we will try and match it up. If it's not perfect, then it's not perfect. This is a handmade card. It doesn't have to be perfect, but we'll try and line it up as best we can. And if the borders aren't quite perfect, then they're not quite perfect, but that'll do for now, I think. But because by the time we've got the rest on it, it's really not going to show too much. If this line isn't perfect, by the time we've got the next bit, which is the fun part, it's the bit that I had the most trouble with. The times I cut it out, then it was wrong, then the size was wrong. Oh dear, I almost gave up. I almost did give up, but I thought, no, I'm going to try one more time. And then what I did was I measured it out, and I thought, that's where I'm going wrong. So I'm going to show you what I mean by that. So just for a minute, I'm going to slide that to one side because we need the next bit. You need a white base, which is 5 by 5. Yes, I have scored this. And no, it's not. It's 6 by 6. I beg your pardon. It is 6 by 6. I'll just double check that. Second insert. Yeah, 6 by 6. And you need to score it at 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 inches. But before you do that, before you score it, what you need to do, I've actually put my mat on because it saves time. Otherwise, you've got to mess about making all these individual mats. And you know what? I couldn't be bothered to do that today. So before you do that, again, you need a 5 by 5 mat. Glue that to the front. Oops, everything's sticking to me. Same procedure, same glue stick. And then once you've stuck it on, you just score it at 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 inches. And the best way, this is what I couldn't work out. I had trouble working this out. But I found the best way of doing it is fold it along the centre line as if you're going to close it. Then this next bit needs to fold back like that. Flip it over. I'll do this bit slowly. And do the fold back the matching, or the opposite one. So the two inside folds fold back. Now these two outer edges, they are going to be the flaps, so fold them in. I know many people like to do, or they choose to do, a 1/2 inch flap. I prefer to do an inch because it makes it more solid, and that is going to sit something like this, like that. So what we need to do now is bring back our main card. And I would suggest that you line it up before you glue it down. And the only rule, if that's the right word, is you need to make sure that your central score line is over the fold line of your card. Now, you're not going to stick that bit down, but what you are going to do is you're going to stick your tabs down. And I would strongly recommend that you use a strong glue. Now, the only strong glue I've got to hand is super glue. If you're not confident with super glue, I'd strongly suggest you don't do that because you can end up gluing your fingers together. I've not done that yet, but give me time. but something like a collal glue or any construction glue will do. But if you're confident using a super glue type glue, then please do go ahead. I wouldn't recommend tape. I did make a plain white card template, so to speak. And my glue's not coming out. Okay, right, let's find some scissors. Perhaps it's just a bit gummed up. Try that, see if that works. Oh, why isn't that coming out? Okay, we're going to get to the bottom of this. Oh, I think I know why. I think it's because it's a new one. And you need to cut the doodah off. You need to cut the nozzle off. Oh, we're in business. I knew we'd get there eventually. So just put your, if you are going to use super glue, please be very careful. But if you're not confident, just use something like a collal or any construction glue. I wouldn't recommend PVA glue. They're not that strong for this type of thing. So line up your mat where you want it. Mine's just stuck itself down. And that's the only other problem with super glue. Once it sticks, you don't really get a second chance. With the construction glues, the craft glues, you do at least get a bit of a second chance. But with this stuff, you're stuck with where it lands. But do you know what? I think that's probably okay. I'm just going to wipe that off. Wipe it on the edge of the table. I probably shouldn't have put it on my fingers, but my fingers are so sticky and sweaty because it's very hot here today. It's not going to stick long anyway. And if you use, and the reason I wouldn't recommend using tape for this is because this will close flat. This will fold, and it will fold flat like that. It should go in an envelope. And if you use tape, it's likely to come off. I used tape when I made my template, and it did come off. So that's the first thing. That's the first part of the fun fold. There's a second part to this, and we're going to do that right now. And this piece is, the second insert is 4 by 6, and you just fold it or score it. You can just fold it in half if you want to, but you score it at 3. But if you don't want to score it, just fold it in half like that and just stick it down. And I'm going to use 2 mats for this. And I've used it, this is a different paper. It's from a different, this is actually, I think, from a different pack. But your mats need to be 2.5 by 3.5 inches. And again, all of these measurements, I know there are quite a lot today, but it's just one of those projects that you can't get away with not doing it unless you don't do mats. If you don't want to do the mats, you could make it all with pattern paper. But if you do that, make sure you use pattern card, because ordinary paper just won't do it. It'll just flop and it won't stand up. So that's the cheats way of doing it, which I almost considered doing, but I thought, no, let's have a go at doing it this way. So again, we're going to use, because this is only paper, we are going to use some glue stick, and we're going to stick our mats down like that. What have I done with, oh, there it is. Right. I know I'm going to need my strong glue again in a minute. I couldn't remember. I could see the top, which is over there, but the glue is on the opposite side. It's on the old desk, which is in the opposite direction. It's that direction. So there goes efficiency out the window. So we're just going to quickly glue these mats down to our piece of card. Now this is directional paper. The other ones weren't, but apart from the front. But if you are using directional paper, obviously do make sure that you put them the right way up, or at least the same way up, unless of course you want them in opposite directions, then absolutely fine. That's fine. Now I am going to add just a little bit more decoration to this, and as we've got some beautiful white Christmas trees in the background, in my Christmas paper stash I found this was actually on a roll of, well, it wasn't a roll, I beg your pardon, it was a sheet. Well, I think it was a roll originally, and I just took it off and folded it. But this was actually Christmas wrapping paper, and it had lots of different Christmas trees all over it. Some had red, some had white. And so what I did, there were loads of them. You could, obviously, normal people would use it for wrapping presents, but I'm not normal, so I'm not doing that. So I've cut 2 of mine out, normal, whatever that is. And I'm going to just, again, this is paper. This is very thin paper, so you only do need some ordinary glue stick will be absolutely fine. And I'm going to stick that on there like that. How are we doing for time? Oh, not too bad, a bit longer than my normal videos, but not too long. And we're just going to, again, oh, I've got a shiny table and everything's slipping. I've just relined this table because I haven't used it for so long. It was a bit mucky. And I've just relined it and resurfaced it. So at the moment, it's clean-ish. And so everything's going good. So the only thing we need to do now is add this bit to this bit. And make sure that your fold is having the fold up. Don't fold it down. Fold it up like that. Like an upside down book, like a tent. So again, we're going to use our strong glue for this. And I'm just going to put some along there, just along the two outer edges. And I'm going to put that out of the way. In a minute, I will put the lid on. Make sure, don't put it on upside down like I almost did. That would be fun, wouldn't it? So I'm going to stick that in the, more or less, in the centre of my first folded piece. And just hold it. If you're using super glue, you don't need to hold it for very long because it will stick almost instantly. But just hold it for a few seconds. And there you have it. Now I'm just going to, oh, I'll do that in a minute. And there you go. There is, let me just, well, I wonder if I can just pull it out a bit. There we go. So there is our finished card. It will, when you open, so when you're a recipient, it does fold. There is a bit, obviously, because of all the folding, there is a bit of bulk. It will probably go in an envelope, but if not, we can make a nice little box or even a gift bag. But when your recipient opens it up, they get that. And on the back, I've left the back plain, or plain white, and there's plenty of room there to write your own message. You could put a little mat and another white mat if you wanted to, or you could put something in the corner, which I might do later on. I'm not quite sure what the message is going to be yet. So once I've finished, I might just put a little, maybe a little Christmas tree or something in the corner. But for now, there is our card. It stands up really nicely. And there is our fun fold Christmas card. And there's the other one that side. So I hope you enjoyed that, and I hope you have a go yourself. So do let me know what, if you do have a go at this, do let me know how you get on. And if you understood my garbled message of measurements. But as I say, they will all be in the description box. So just click on them all and you'll find everything you need. If you wanted to, you could decorate this up a bit more. You could put some more tree. I might, these Christmas trees, because they're on wrapping paper, there are loads of them. So I might put some more Christmas trees on, but you know what? I might just leave it. Sometimes I like things to be plain and simple. Usually I overload it, but this one I actually quite like as it is. So there we go. It folds flat, it opens up, and it stands beautifully. So I hope you've enjoyed that, and I hope you have a go yourself. Let me know how you get on. And if there's if you've seen any other projects that you'd like me to have a go at, or us to have a go at together, do leave me a message in the comments and I will do my best. If you could leave me a picture or some sort of description, that would be fantastic. Or you can email me. I'll leave my email in the description as well. So if you need to get hold of me or you'd like to contact me for anything, let me know. And I will, if I'm not back before, I probably won't be now, but if I'm not back before, I will be back on Friday the 31st at, did I say 10 a.m? I think I either said 10 a.m. Let's make it 10 a.m. I can't remember whether I said 10 or 11. But I will upload the video. I'll probably make it beforehand, but I will upload it at 10 a.m. on Friday the 31st UK time. And from there, I'll let you know if you're... I've got 2 giveaways. I was looking through my stash. I've got 2 giveaways. So there are 2 of you that are in with a chance of winning my giveaways. And in the next video, I will let you know how you can win that if you want to. So thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. It's lovely to have you with us. And I'll see you next time. And in the meantime, take care, everybody. Have fun. And as always, happy crafting. Bye-bye for now.